stock, crypto, credit moves. Good evening, YouTube. Back for another video. Just wanted to discuss why cash flow is king, in my opinion. Anyways, number one reason, YouTube, is it gives you a peace of mind, right? You can buy an asset one time, whatever that asset is, rental property, dividend, cryptocurrency investments. You can front your money, put your money into an asset, whether it's a business, and it pays you for the rest of your life. The earlier you get started on creating passive income, the quicker you can detach yourself from a job. It's very important to start looking at life in this manner. So depending on how much your monthly bills are, you essentially can buy your way off a job by creating cash flow. I remember when I bought my first primary house, I think I was around like 25 years old, 26 years old. I got into real estate relatively early. And I just remember taking out the mortgage, and I was like, okay, all right, so the only thing that has changed is I went from renting to having a mortgage in my name, but I'm no closer to being financially free. So I realized real fast that buying a primary house in itself doesn't free you financially. Like, you have a mortgage that you control, so that gives you more leverage over that property, but you still don't own your time because you have to go to a job to make your mortgage payments. So I realized that purchasing real estate in itself doesn't really make you wealthy. In my opinion, wealth is how long can you go without working and still pay your bills. That's my definition of wealth. So acquiring liabilities actually kept me working. But however, the same property, when I turned around and I rented it out, and it actually created an extra $400 or $500 a month, then I started looking at real estate differently. So I'm like, okay, if I can get 5 or 6 of these, then I can replace my income working. So cash flow is very important. And it's really what we all should be going for. Does net worth matter? Yeah, it matters. If you're worth 10 or $15 million, of course that matters, because you then can actually go out and acquire assets that produce cash flow. But in order to really be able to get yourself to the point where you can start acquiring assets, your cash flow has to be higher than your bills. So cash flow really, in my opinion, is king. It's the most important thing we should analyze when we're looking at finances, is how much extra money do you have left over every month that you can put to work. Cash flow is why I'm able to sit here and put my time into YouTube. Like, I've been able to put a lot of time into this because my cash flowing assets exceed my monthly expenses. And it doesn't matter what you're doing as long as it's legal to make cash flow. As long as you continue to make cash flow important, you'll continue to get wealthier. And like I said, wealth is defined by how long you can go without working. Some people look at wealth as, okay, you're worth 50 or $60 million. Okay, that's cool. To me, that's you're rich. But I think you're wealthy when your bills are being paid by assets. And a lot of people, they never get that because they don't think about it. So some people, they like to go out, they like to acquire personal liabilities like primary houses or cars based on their job. And that's the trap right there. That's the American trap, not the American dream. So, like I said, the number one thing before you start to acquire liabilities is you actually want to acquire assets that will pay for your liabilities. So If your mortgage or your rent is $1,600 a month, and let's say if your car payment is $500 or $600 a month, instead of using your job to pay those liabilities, it makes more sense to acquire the assets first that will pay off your liabilities. And as simple as that sounds, most people do the opposite. They go get the liability and then they expect for their job to pay for those liabilities. And your job, you only can work so many hours. So just start focusing more on cash flow, passive income, and you'll be fine. And passive income doesn't have to be a lot of money. It can be $200 or $300 extra a month. Then you go find another stream, and you just keep building those streams up to the point where you no longer are dependent upon a paycheck. And then your paycheck becomes more money to invest. And the faster you do this, the better you're off. So passive income is it gives you freedom. I mean, it takes stress off of you. So let's go ahead and let's read this, go into this article and see what a CPA, Anthony Faso and Kim Butler is talking about. Passive income, why cash flow is king even if you're not retiring. And retirement is, in my opinion, is when you have enough cash flow. From a financial perspective, the goal of retirement planning is providing passive income. A lot of us think passive income is for old people, but it's actually for anybody that puts themselves in that mindset. Passive income is income that is not derived from one's labor though there may be plenty of initial work set up the passive income in motion. That's like working money to save money to buy property, or working to put money to your business. So initially you started off with active income, but you converted it to passive income by buying an asset. And an asset can be a digital asset. There's so many opportunities online now with cryptocurrency that you can put cash, you can buy Bitcoin, and you can get into different investments. Some of the investments that I've actually displayed on this channel, where it produces enough cash flow to pay your bills or continue to reinvest. In typical retirement scenarios, if there is such a thing, which I say there's really not, there's no such thing as retirement no more. Passive income from an individual's accumulated assets become the source of income rather than their job. And that's what actually allows you peace of mind and freedom, is passive income. Conventional financial planning tells people to save and invest now so they can retire and spend later. Essentially, retirement planning is seen as two-step process: accumulation, saving and investing while working; distribution, living on interest and post work. They're just showing you different options: bonds, stocks, poverty dividend, rents, annuities, royalties, franchising and licensing, limited partnership, network marketing. I've been a part of this and still am. You can definitely run up a nice income from network marketing where you don't have to work anymore. Online business models, passive income business models. I've been involved in these. ATM machines and vending machines. I have some experiences with that. Invest loans. Investors can earn a very competitive interest rate by lending their money to others. You can do that with Lending Club. I've peer-to-peer lending. I've actually displayed that on this channel, where you can lend money to other people to make cash flow. So guys, if you just would focus on your income, and I'm not just talking about at a job, the more passive income streams you have, the more leverage you have on life. As a rule established, these streams of income is not an easy making deposit. It's not as easy as depositing into a savings. I feel like a savings account is there to save to create passive income. That's how I look at savings account. You're storing money somewhere until you figure out what you're going to do with it. But that shouldn't be the end all be all. Have you ever considered developing passive income? If you want to develop passive income strategy, first step might be reposition of some of your ongoing savings accounts. So, guys, a passive income does not have to be a lot of money. It's like I said, it can just be as simple as opening up an account with lending or Prosper, and start making $100 a month. You know, $100 a month, that pays majority of a cell phone bill, or it covers partial of your light bill. It doesn't have to be a lot. But when you have multiple passive income streams coming in, then it just gives you more leverage on your bills to do other things. It frees you up to travel. It takes stress off of your mind. So passive income is very important, guys. But I'm not your financial advisor. I just want to bring different topics to this channel. Nothing I said here is definitive. It's just my opinion. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Until next time, let's get our income up.